Hey guys, as some of you know, I'm in Korea right now. I've been here since 2022, and I've recently realized that it was actually quite a good choice, not only for me but also my business to come over here to really focus and work on it consistently. So I thought I'd create a video on my experience of being here, what to expect, maybe also how much I pay monthly for rent and that kind of stuff, and also what visa I'm on in case you're interested in coming over here as well. So as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I originally came over here as an exchange student. This is part of the campus of my first university here when I first came here in 2022. This is the campus of the Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, or KAIST for short, and I've really loved my time here. So much that I actually kind of came back later, but I guess we're gonna get to that. But this was actually before my indie hacking journey really began. After this, I also went to Seoul to be a visiting student because I really wanted to stay in the country. Although I have to say, while Seoul is very exciting and interesting, there's just so many people that it was a bit too stressful for me. Like when you go to a cafe, there's so many people. Sometimes it's hard to get a seat. Depending on where you go, of course, but my experience was that I enjoyed this kind of laid-back atmosphere, as you can see here in the picture. But after my time at Yonsei in Seoul ended as well, I moved here, and I have really great memories about this city. This is Sejong. It's a very modern and new and clean and green city that Korea is currently moving most of the government over to because Seoul is just too crowded. So they basically made this city to be the new government, and yeah, as you can see, it's really beautiful. They have a beautiful lake with a park right attached. So most of my time here was spent writing my master's thesis, which was quite stressful at times. So I really appreciated being able to come out here and unwind and maybe do some meditation and just calm down. And this was also the place where I really started my indie hacking journey with my first real product. So I'm really thinking about maybe going back here someday. It's not particularly exciting, it's not Seoul, there's not that much going on, but that was also exactly what I enjoyed about this city. What might also be interesting to you if you've never been in Korea is that they have dedicated study cafes. So the reason you're coming here is to study, you're paying by the hour, and in return you get your own seat here. Everybody's quiet and in deep focus, so you get into this kind of flow or focus mode because nobody is talking. You get free coffee and often snacks if you want. Sometimes there's also more private cubicles, and when you go in here it's really like, okay, I'm gonna do some deep work now and then leave when I'm done. So you won't just spend the time talking to a friend or being on social media. This whole atmosphere really helps you getting your deep work done and then moving on with your day. So spending like 3 to 4, maybe 5 hours here working hard on my thesis and then coming out, and it's not even that late yet, has been really great for me. And I also spent some time here indie hacking. So after my time in Sejong, I actually came back to Daejeon. This is the campus I showed you in the beginning. This is the cafe where I spent most of my time because I really liked the atmosphere and the staff was really nice, and it was really easy for me to focus and put in the work every day. And actually the coffee here was just like $1.40 or something because it's aimed at students, so I really couldn't complain. And with a view like that outside the cafe, it was also nice to take a break and take a walk around the lake and then come back and focus again. And yeah, after that I actually moved to the south, to Busan, which is actually the second largest city of the country with a population of 3.5 million people. And what you're seeing right now is actually the view out of my window right now. It's next to me here. I have to look out the window to the left a little bit, but it's still, I never expected to live in a place with this kind of view. I'm really enjoying my time here. Here you can see kind of the neighborhood if you go towards the harbor. This is the same bridge you can see in the previous image. And yeah, my building also has a gym, as you can see here on the right, and also a spa on the left. Although here you have to pay like $2 to get in, but it's still super cheap. The gym is included, and in total, together with my girlfriend, we pay for everything, like the place and electricity and heating and internet and everything. For both of us together, it's like $700, which is super cheap. I mean, if you really don't have a lot of money right now, you can live much cheaper in Korea. But I honestly didn't expect that it's so cheap, like with an ocean view for $700. Here you can see some more impressions from Busan. I think the left image, which I took in a restaurant, looks kind of like Thailand or Vietnam maybe, like a really vacation feeling. So I've really enjoyed my time here in Busan. And yeah, one of the main points of this video was that it's been good for my business. As I already explained, it was really quite easy for me to focus on putting in the work every day because I have this kind of calm feeling. And one thing that contributed to this calmness is that it was so cheap. Because a lot of people who are trying to found a startup, they have this kind of runway and they're like, okay, in 6 months or 1 year, the money will run out. So you're kind of constantly stressing like, okay, I need to make this work right now. I mean, maybe sometimes it's also a good thing, but for me, I always do the best work when I get into a kind of flow and I know what I'm doing every day and I'm not that stressed. So because it was so cheap here and I had a part-time kind of online remote job, which covered my costs, meant that I didn't really have a runway at all. Even if I never made $1 with TinyLaunch, I could afford this lifestyle here in Korea just with this part-time remote job, which doesn't even take that much of my time. So I kind of just wanted to suggest to you people, because there's so many famous and honestly kind of overrun digital nomad spaces around the world, that maybe a lot of people are sleeping on Korea. Like maybe if you want to connect with a lot of indie hackers, you should go to one of the more popular places. I mean, especially here in Busan, there's not really a lot going on in that area and you might have to travel up to Seoul. But for me, who's just trying to focus on myself and my business and I don't need to meet people all the time, it's been really great here. And yeah, here you can see the cafe where I basically spend every day of my life right now. It's quite close in walking distance to the apartment building I showed you a few slides ago. And yeah, it's great to come here and just get some work in, you know. Korean cafes are really just some of the most beautiful in the world, in my opinion. And it's quite easy for me to be motivated to come here. And once I'm here, I just start working and yeah, I just do that every day. And I think honestly that's like the secret behind my success so far. I mean, TinyLaunch is at $1,700 in monthly recurring revenue, which is crazy and much more than I would have ever expected, and also more than I earned from my real job. I mean, even though it's just a part-time job, you know, it's just like the small side business I built and suddenly it's paying the bills. So it's still crazy to me. But yeah, the secret is that I just put in the work every day. Like, it doesn't matter if I made a lot of progress yesterday or if something special happened. I just know that I work on it every day. I have my tasks that I do every day, and then I try to improve the platform a little bit every day. And I strongly believe that the thing that gave me the success is that I've been able to, for more than 2 years by now, just put in the work every day. You know, I've developed 5 products before TinyLaunch, and I never made a single dollar from any of them until I started TinyLaunch, and I think a lot of people would have given up by now. But for me to just build this routine to just put in the work every day, no matter of the outcome, I think that's what's allowed me to really succeed in the end. So if I've convinced you to maybe check out Korea as your next location, I can really strongly suggest you to check out this website by the Global Startup Immigration Center. You can just Google Oasis Korea and you will find this website. And basically they're trying to attract foreign startup founders, and they give a visa in return. And how it works is that basically you attend one of their seminars and then you can apply for a startup preparation visa, which is valid for 6 months and can be extended 3 times up to a total of 2 years. So if you're looking to stay here, this is one of the easiest options in my opinion. You can just attend the seminar and apply for the visa. And then while you're on that visa, you're expected to really work on your business. You need to create a business plan and show your progress. And attend further seminars, and then after a maximum of 2 years, you don't need to wait that long if you don't want to, you're allowed to just found a company here. And yeah, that usually takes an investment of I think like 80K or something, like 80,000 US dollars. But if you go through this system and you collect the points that you need, which are like seminars or applying for a patent, which you don't need to get, but you know, there's some things you have to do, but it's really not that difficult. And if you meet all the requirements, yeah, you can found the company and then basically stay here for an unlimited amount of time if you're interested in really staying here for the long run. So I've been on this visa for almost 2 years now, and I'm planning on actually founding my company here soon. So if it sounds like something that might be interesting to you, you should check it out. You can find information on all the different offers they have. You can also see the schedule to apply. I think you can get started on a tourist visa and then change to their startup preparation visa and do the rest of the requirements. But one thing to keep in mind is that I think they require you to have at least a bachelor degree. But even then there's ways around that if you can get a recommendation letter. But I don't really know about that one. But this website explains everything quite well. So if you're interested, check it out. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah, that's been it for this video. I hope I convinced some of you that Korea is quite a nice place to spend your time. Yeah, check it out. And if this was at all helpful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and leaving a like. I'm still quite new to this YouTube stuff and it would really help out a ton. And other than that, keep shipping and I'll see you in the next one.